Hello everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us today and watching. We're going to go ahead and break down like a quick tutorial of Dead by Daylight and end it with a quick play of the game. So what we have here is Nia right now on the front screen because she's my most well-rounded right now because I just got done prestiging people. So these right here are the survivors. You have Dwight, Meg, Claudette, Jake, Nia, Lori. Yes, from Halloween. And then you have Ace and Will. Yes, from Left 4 Dead. So each survivor has something different they can do, but at a certain point, they all kind of just become skins, which is okay. They're really fun to play and aesthetically pleasing. Like my favorite is Claudette because she's easiest to hide with. My next favorite would have to be Bill just because his perks are so derpy. And then after that has to be Lori because Halloween. And then, I guess who gets an honorable mention in this is Meg, because she's the first person I prestiged, and overall the best that I have feelings for. Like, she used to really help me out when I was just learning how to play this game, so I do have good feelings about Meg. But right now, we're going to be playing Nia, which is who we have selected right now. It's because with my Claudette, she just prestige. She's only level 17 and she doesn't have perks. And Meg definitely doesn't have any perks. So we'll be playing Nia for the time being. So you'll be learning a little bit about this game with Nia. So right here you have a loadout. Loadout is where you have items that you could take into the trial, which is what they call a match here. So you have items like the toolbox, the skeleton key, more toolboxes, flashlights, maps, and firecrackers. Firecrackers are a limited edition item, so they're kind of valuable and I like to collect them, except sometimes when I prestige I totally forget that I can't take them with me and I end up losing them and crying salty tears over it. But that's okay. Now you'll see there's the same item but in different colors. The further you go up the rarity, purple being the highest, the longer the item lasts, the more effective the item is, so on and so forth. Now there are toolboxes that are only for sabotage, like Alex, and then there's toolboxes that are only for repairing. And the rest of them can be used for anything. The brown toolbox, just a warning, does not have many charges, so you could set maybe one hook before it's done. And start maybe like 1.5 generators before it's done. What I use brown toolboxes for is for a add-on, which is the next section, are things to modify your toolbox, called Brand New Part. It instantly starts a generator, which is awesome. So you put it on the worst toolbox because the Brand New Part reduces the charges of the toolbox by 50%. So it goes from 80 to only having 40 charges. So you put it on the worst toolbox, you take it in, you hit a generator, and you're done. So that's how that works. And all of these different add-ons go with different items. So you have add-ons for the skeleton key, you have add-ons for the med pack, flashlight, etc. And you see they go on, and they have a rarity thing as well, where they last longer or they're more effective. The next section is offerings. Offerings, you are just kind of an item that you click on, and when you use it, it's gone and you can't use it again. It's an offering to the entity, which is kind of the god in quotations of this game. So there's offerings that, like this one, it gives you more boldness. Boldness you get from letting the killer chase you, or being chased by the killer, or chasing the killer if you're that survivor. There's offerings to thicken mist, to take you to certain maps, to give you more blood points so you could put into your survivors and get them to a higher level, like right here. And the next part is perks. We're actually going to go back to the loadout screen because I'm going to show you what loadout I have right now on Nia. Let me go ahead and put in a full loadout. So I'm going to put on Brand New Part, and let's go ahead and put something in. I'm between boldness and survival. Let's go ahead and put it in survival. That means I have to survive the match in order to get that. Or I gotta pull myself off the hook. One or the other. Or heal myself. Maybe? Does healing? Yes, it does. No? Yes? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Okay, so the loadout I have right now is for semi-gen rushing. It would be a full gen rush build if I put on Prove Thyself and Bond and took off some of the other nonsense. So it's semi-gen rushy. So you have Leader, which increases the speed of everyone around you's ability to repair, sabotage, and heal. Or search chests if they really want to. Which is awesome because that means if you get a bunch of buddies and you guys all go sit on a gen, it's like, woo, this gen is going to be done super fast. Iron Will is for being chased. It muffles the sound of you being in pain, which is awesome because sometimes you can run like around a wall crouched down, and Iron Will 2, which is only when you're staying still, will kick in. And then when you're crouched down, they'll come through and they'll be like, where did the survivor go? Where's my scratch marks? And then you can literally walk right behind them and get an easy out, which actually happens a lot more often than you think. Self-care is for healing yourself. I would have replaced this with Bond if I had a high level of it. If I had it at all on Nia, it doesn't look like I do. No, I don't. But I would have put Bond there instead so I could find a teammate. And then you have Sprint Burst. Sprint Burst is kind of situational. It requires you getting chased or you just wanting to run around like a chicken with your head cut off. But there's a thing called scratch marks in the game that the killer sees when you're like running around. So when you're running, he sees like these little red lines on the ground that will, it's like the yellow brick road. If he follows them, he will find a survivor like 90% of the time. So you don't actually want to run unless you're super confident in your ability to juke the killer, or if you don't actually care about surviving or not. One or the other. Now, sometimes, like, what would be ideal is blah, 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 and then taking Leader, or taking Bond, so I could find teammates, because this will make me faster based on how many other survivors are around me. So if I took Bond, I could find 2 other survivors, motion them to me, we could all go to a generator, sit down, and start working on it, and we could knock it out super fast. But I'm going to keep this on because I don't have Bond, and I really like, there's no point in taking a gen rush build, you know, if you can't find the other survivors effectively and in a timely fashion. So there's all of that. That's just a quick rundown. Now we're going to go ahead and go into a match. We're going to go ahead and check lag really, really quickly. Now, a lot of survivors are like, what are you doing? Why are you checking? Why are you typing numbers? It's because if those numbers come up slowly, that means your connection to the killer is very, very bad. Just super bad. And you should probably just leave the lobby, or else you're going to be playing Tracer from Overwatch, you know? And you're going to be like, cheers, love! The cavalry's teleporting! And then it's just going to be super bad. So we're going to go ahead and ready up. Just in case our other 2 buddies here, Dwight and Meg, decide that they want to hit the ready button too. That's what the check mark means, is that people are ready right now. So the only other person that's ready is me and Dwight. I have the check mark, but it's right here under my name. I'm going to tell them I have Leader, so maybe they'll come find me and we can bang out a generator. Okay, so they both offered for more blood points. Brutality. So he just wants to beat the shit out of us, apparently. That's one of the things he's really interested in. You can kind of tell how the killer is going to play based on what offerings he offers. There's a lot of offerings that kind of just means you're screwed if you get caught, sort of deal. I did have a killer last night who knew I was going to gen rush. And so he sat there and he offered a Shroud of Separation. He was just like, I know you're going to try to gen rush. I know you run a build to help your team gen rush. So let's scatter you guys to the wind. Go forth and find each other. Which is where the gen rush build kind of becomes ineffective, is when you're not in a Survive with Friends party and you don't have Bond. You can't find anyone unless you accidentally stumble across someone. So that does put a huge wrench in the plans, and I was silently cursing the fact that he did that. Okay, we all started together. So we're gonna get our gen rush on. There's a generator right here. Come on. Oh! Oh, that's a Myers. That is a Myers. Sweet baby daddy. You guys, can we not feed him evil within, please? I wonder if he has an obsession. If I knew it was gonna be a Myers, I would have played Lori. So right now, we're working on a generator. Generators, that's a skill check that you see pop up. In the big section, it's just a good skill check. The great skill checks increase the point gain and the speed of our generator being repaired. Now, I saw Myers in the distance over there, and I still see him right there. Yeah, he's right there. He's not happy. That guy is trying to escape from him, so we're gonna leave him. Leave him to it. Now I have sprint burst up, which is why I'm walking, is because I don't want to lose it when the killer is that close. I'm gonna come over here and help to wipe. Now, if you're just starting out on the game, you don't want to do this. You don't want to work with your teammates on generators, because if they blow up, that's a Myers. Okay, we're getting out of here. We're leaving. We are leaving. He's in tier 3, as you see, which is a one-shot. 2 teammates down. Bad Moose Bears. We can't go over right now. That guy is gonna try, so I'm gonna go over here to this generator. Oh. Interesting. Now Myers is staying super close to that hook, it looks like, because that teammate's just crouching down right there. Oh, nope, he's able to get the save. Now that's another perk called Kindred that lets you see your teammates and the killer if he's within a certain radius, if the killer's within a certain radius of the hook, and teammates no matter where they're at, which is why I could see that temporarily. Usually you cannot. I missed the skill check, and that's what happens if you miss a skill check. You miss the skill check, the generator blows up, and it gives the killer a notification on his screen that that a survivor is working on a particular generator. I will do a killer tutorial / walkthrough for you guys in a bit, so you can kind of see what's going on. Now that's a great skill check, and you see how it increased gen progress. I don't remember who was on the hook. Was it? Yeah, it was Dwight. We're gonna just use our sprint burst. He's working on that one. I'm gonna wait, because I heard the heartbeat, so he might be coming over here. There it is again. He's going for the save. I brand new parted, which how you do that is you press mouse 2, so right click, and then you press spacebar. So now we only need one more generator. The tides have turned really quickly in this game, in our favor. Now that's my sprint burst, as you see. Oh, that just, we're lagging now. It's way over there. Now you see how much faster this generator is going? It's because we have 2 people in the leadership buff. Now it's going to be very important that we do not miss the skill checks, and then one of us will get out of here alive. Okay, so we just started the last generator. Now here's our choices. Our choices is that we could go over there and help that guy, or we could leave ourselves. Now the point of the game is for you to make it out of here alive. And what makes it even worse is that that guy right there is in what we call the basement. The basement is the killer's haven, and it's the worst place to be hooked in. So generally, if I know I'm gonna go down, I try to go down so he's kind of forced up above ground. Okay, and I got the door open, and that guy could see where I got the door open. So hopefully, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna body block this guy. Well, we're body blocking Myers away from Dwight. Which is where he would have hit me instead of being able to hit Dwight. As long as he didn't have T3, I would have been fine. Or NOED. NOED is no one escapes death. And that's a one shot as well. But it only happens at end of game. Up here's Hatch. Oops, I ran into a wall. Don't get greedy. Please don't die because of greed. And that is one match, you guys. So we got absolutely no boldness because we didn't come across Myers in a way that was significantly, like, he didn't find us / chase us or anything like that. So that's what happened there. So we lost. When you use an item, you lose it. So we lost toolbox, and let me see if this guy survived. He did. I guess he's just waiting for the killer so he could wave goodbye to him on the way out. Okay, so yeah, when you lose it, when you use an item, you lose it. So worn out toolbox and brand new part is gone. This kind of shows you what you got points in, how you did. Survival, when you walk out the door, gives you 5k. I started a lot of the generators, so I got 6.6k. I healed someone. I healed someone, so there was altruism points. You get altruism by healing people, pulling people off the hook, or healing yourself. Or standing next to someone when the killer's approaching, so you get like distraction points, which is fun. And then you get boldness from running in front of the killer, hitting the killer with the pallet, sabotaging hooks, so on and so forth. This game is over, so we give them a nice GG. We go about our business. And then after that screen, you see who you played against, what perks they carried in, and what they offered, so on and so forth. Which is really cool, because I really like knowing what the killer has brought into the match and what I was going against after the fact. So what we have is IG, Brutal Strength, Tinker, and Insidious. That's a camping perk. Which is what you have to be careful of. But that's going to be the conclusion of this video, you guys. Thank you for coming out. I'm happy that we got to share a little bit of gameplay, and it overall went pretty smoothly. And remember, I'll be doing more of these. I'll upload some maybe just for juking or just for playing against Nurse or other things of that nature. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and check out my Twitch, where most of these games are streamed in live time, so you can see it right as it's happening. And thank you guys for supporting. It really does mean a lot to me. I hope to see you guys around soon. Take care, everyone.